Hello, everyone. I hope you all are doing great out there. So, from today, we have started our online lecturing through Moodle. Basically, uh, this will last up till like 5th of April, and this is the second lecture of this series. We'll finish our week number 3 with this lecture. So let's start. Today we'll talk about how to make a news package or a news report. So if you see, TV news package and TV news reports are essential part of television production. And every single day, you watch a lot of television reports, news packages on your television screens. How they are made, there are some essential elements that needs to be in a news report or in a news package. Um, a news package, what actually news package is? First of all, we have to define it, that what actually news package is. News package is a type of storytelling. Usually it is found on television newscasts. They're also found in long form news programming, such as the CBS news program 60 minutes. News package could be short, it could be of long duration, but they mostly do not last more than 20 minutes. A package is a self-contained taped news report. Taped news report means it is a recorded news report. And usually the news anchor will read the introduction, which is called the live hit. Then the pre-recorded story will be broadcasted or shown on television. There are different styles of television news. Headlines or the teasers, mostly headlines or the teasers are given before the news packages or the news report, because you need to tell your audience that what they are going to watch in next 10 minutes or 15 minutes or even after an hour. Most of the time, um, mm, um, teasers are given an hour before the actual news report is broadcasted, or in fact, for 2 hours before news report is broadcasted. Readers or the links are given. Standard voiceover is given in a news package. Newsroom voiceover package is a different voiceover package. Mostly you have archival footages or archival material, and you superimpose your voiceover on that archival material. Reports or packages are done from the field as well. We call them live package. Most of the time you record the footage on the field, and then you report from the field, and those images or the footage that has been recorded from the field, that is superimposed on your news package. Two ways are basically when a news anchor asks question, and the reporter who is in the field, he answers or she answers those questions. Live shots with reporters. Live shots are basically um, whenever something happens in the field, mostly reporters report when they are reporting from the field, they give live shots. Walkthroughs, when reporters take you through the situation and show you different images or visuals. Studio chats. Studio chats are mostly if you have broadcasted a news report on, let's say, coronavirus, you will have some experts in your studio, and they will chat on um, coronavirus or the precautionary measures. So there are four elements to any package, and these four elements are very important. Intro or the cue. It is read by the news anchor. He or she introduces the news package. Then pictures or footage or graphics. The links, voiceover. The reporter's words read over the pictures or the footage. The sound bites from the interviews featured in the package, mostly in the package, where reporter records footage. He talks to uh, different people as well. They're called sound bites or impressions as well, or vox pops as well. PTC, it's speech to camera. Mostly when a reporter is finishing the report, he gives a piece to the camera. So a package is a story. It may be pre-planned or reactive to a hard story. If pre-planned, feature, research, setup, structured, short, written, voiced, edited, and broadcasted. Mostly contains GVs or B-rolls, grab videos, and the B-rolls that are recorded in the field. Interviews which become sound bites or sorts, we call them sorts as well. A stand-up or the PTC. PTC is known as stand-up as well. It could be a cue for the audience that this report is going to be finished soon. A written narration or the voiceover, graphics or effects. If you add graphics or effects, B-rolls includes an establishing shot with natural sound. The B-rolls illustrates what the voiceover is saying. It helps move the story along. Each sequence of B-rolls contains at least different camera angles and types of shots. Um, then interviews of the sound bites. You need to use a microphone. And do a mic check before beginning, because most of the time when you are in the field, mostly you do not have time to check or recheck. But when you are leaving your office for a story, you need to check your mics as well. You need to check your camera as well. It's working fine. Whenever you are in the field, grab enough footage, because when you are editing, you'll be needing that footage. Script. When you write script for your news report, most of the time reporters, when they are on in the field, they write script on the field as well. But you have your talking points. Practice your script until your diction and your pronunciations are perfect. Use a microphone and do a mic check. Look professional. Choose a location that goes with your story, and that is a very important thing, because when you are doing a story on coronavirus, you should not be standing alone on a road or in a park somewhere. Probably a hospital is a better place to give your PTC. Some common terms: actuality, audio clips, video bites from an interview, that is called actuality or the actual footage. Line timing, determining length by the line count. Live, not pre-recorded. Pre-recorded footages are called recorded footages. Live footages are when you record them on location and broadcast them as it is they are. Toss an anchor lead into the package story. Standard out cue reporter's last few words. Package a pre-recorded self-contained story is called package. VO is called voiceover. VO sort is called voiceover sound on tape. Stand up is basically when reporter is on the camera for the television news. That is called stand up. So stand up is basically open. It is of three parts. When a reporter opens the story, he closes the story, and when he bridges the story. Some other common terms, we use ACK for actuality. Voiceover, same as recorded in the radio or the television, that is called voiceover. Wraparound, reporter's voice wraparound and actuality. Some tips for television writings. Number one is, because time is limited in television, so you need to take care of the time as well, because usually in television we finish our package under 2 minutes. The best package is usually under 1.5 minutes. Boil down your story to the most essential elements. Broadcast news is constrained by time. The simplest stories tend to run in just 30 seconds, as I told you earlier, but you have liberty of taking your story up to 90 seconds and try to finish it under 1.5 minutes. Speed at which newscaster reads about 140 or 180 words per minute. Uh, Audience just cannot absorb as much information, listen to a broadcast story as they could reading to a story of a similar length. So in broadcast, usually our stories are short, not very long. Use round number, shorten long titles. Name and initials, omit middle names and initials unless a person is well known by his middle name or initials. Do not choose courtesy titles to Mr. or Miss or Mrs., something like that in television news. Just actually call them by their names. Do not use unfamiliar names in leads. Instead, characterize the person by what he has made him newsworthy. So before finish, let's see a report by the BBC. So I'm actually exiting this PowerPoint, and I'll play a news story from here. Here it goes. This is peace to the camera. Mostly in Pakistan, reporters give peace to the camera at the end, but internationally, you can give peace to the camera at any part of your story. Even you can start with the piece to the camera, and in the middle, you can appear as well. So if you can see, this reporter will appear at the end as well. When we talked about the B rolls, that there should be B rolls. These footages, what you are watching right now on your screen, these are the B rolls because B rolls support your script, what you have written for this report. So everything that has been recorded apart from the piece to the camera, that is called B roll. As you see, this reporter has appeared a second time for the piece to the camera on screen. So there aren't any specific rules that how many times you need to appear on the camera. It depends on the story. It depends on the reporter as well. No, this is again, he appears on the camera, and in later part, the voiceover is broadcasted on the news, and on that voiceover, footages are superimposed. So whatever you are speaking on screen, your footage actually should support whatever you are saying in your script. So this reporter, whatever he is saying on screen, the footage he has recorded, that actually supports that claim. Again, you see, it's the third time in first 2 minutes reporter appeared on the screen. So there aren't any hard and fast rules that how many times you need to appear on screen. It depends on the length of your report as well, and it depends on the type of your report. So if you are taking your audience through a journey, then you can appear on camera for several times. Okay, if you see now, the same reporter is in the studio. So what is happening here? He made a report in the field. He has given voiceover. He appeared on camera for several times in his report, and now, as an expert, he is in studio as well. So that means that report is recorded sometime like 15 or 20 days back, or a week back, and when it is broadcasted, the news anchor invited the same reporter in the studio to talk on his report, that what he observed firsthand in the field. So this is one style of reporting, mostly long reports that are of like 9 or 10 minutes. Reporters appear in the studio as well, and they link their report. So I'm actually stopping this video. You can watch this video. It is available. The link of this video is available in the PowerPoint presentation I have uploaded on Moodle. So I will play another report here. So that is also from the BBC. So let's look into that as well. So we talked about interviews in a news report. So if you can see, this reporter has conducted several interviews in this report. First, he talked to this uh, little girl, and he added his interview in this report. This is the second interview that reporter has added in this short report. So if you see, interviews are, or the sorts are always good to add in your report. This is again one style of reporting. So, so probably you have seen two reports here. One was a long report of like 15 minutes, where a reporter reported from the field, and then he was in the studio as well. Then you have seen a report where reporter actually reported from the field, but he or she was not in the studio. So the initial was a news report, a longer version of news report, and the second one was a news package. So that's it for today's lecture. So we'll meet in next lecture. Thank you very much. Take care of yourself. Bye bye. Have fun.